Right, Woodlands winners. A pleasure to watch is the name for this week's show, and I don't tell the boys the names I'm coming up with, so they might be wondering where this one come from, and I'll let you know very, very shortly. But Cameron Grant, welcome back, my friend.
G'day, team. Lovely to see the boys again.
And Hughesy, hello.
Good afternoon, boys. How are we going?
You obviously got the air conditioner going. You said it's 28 degrees, but you still got the heavy jacket on.
Yeah, I know. It's all about promotion, son. 28 in Melbourne today. Crazy times, mate. Absolutely crazy. Probably 14 tomorrow and raining, so you know.
I'm wearing the white away hat. Bring it out every now and then. I don't think it was the smartest ones. We need Paul Kenny to come up with a different coloured hat very shortly. Been a massive week, boys. Hughesy, I'll start with you because we're going to get Cam to start off the first horses. But Group 1 glory in New Zealand, and the Stallions just shone through, didn't they?
Yeah, super weekend through the weekend, through Group 1 results, both countries, and some great sales series results as well, Redcliffe and nutrient sales in Queensland for our boys as well. Won 4 divisions of those, both of the features at Redcliffe on Saturday night. And, Group 1 winners, Lou, Batters and What the Hill.
For our Kiwi viewers, Cam, before I throw to you, have a look at the results. You actually got to go Friday and Saturday because there was the Vicbreds here in Victoria, but there was the nutrient sales races at Albion Park on the Friday because they got washed out the week before, and then they had the Redcliffe races as well, and there's some nice horses stepping out, some good times being run right across the board. So anyone that's keen on their breeding and wants to know what's working and what's not, make sure you check out those 3 meetings here on the mainland. Look at me go. Poor old Kiwis, you've only got 2 little islands, but that's okay. I'll get into trouble. For that one. Right, mate, we're going to start at the top, Cameron. Marketplace. Well done to Regan Todd with this horse. He's done a mighty job. A lot of pressure on him, but he bounced back with vengeance. Here we're taking out the Garrard's New Zealand Derby on Friday night just gone.
Yeah, look, their horse has been going pretty big all season. Yeah, I don't know. The back part of his 3-year-old year certainly kind of been outshone a little bit by the Dunn horse, but it was probably nice to turn the tides on him a little bit in the Derby at the end of the day. Look, 2,600 metres was probably right up his alley. Coming back from a 2:17 the week before when they were going pretty hard in that slot race, I don't know if the race back-to-back was the smartest thing by the HRNZ guys, but hey, no knock on either of the horses. They are a street above the rest of them, as we've seen there. And look, shame about the field size, but like I said, watching those 2 go to war again for about the 10th time in their career, it was pretty cool. And looked nice for the Kennard crew. They were certainly pretty bullish the last start anyhow and got beat, but they've won the big one. So look, just shows the class of the horse, and 2,600 and Better's Delight still doing what he does best.
Let's be fair too, because I know the second horse got the chocolates isn't always be Mickey, but those 2 horses are what harness racing's about. The way they've gone to war for 2 years now, and both of them, outshining the other one from time to time. And Matty Cross's comments there, we salute the pair of them, and I think that's probably fair for harness racing in general. These 2 horses have just been outstanding what they've been able to do the last year or 2. Don't you reckon, Hughesy?
Oh, yeah, look, last 2, the 2- and 3-year-old seasons in New Zealand, I belong to the pair of them. Got the chocolates significantly strong through the middle, and then Marketplace winning there on Friday night. So not a lot between the 2 of them. I think the record might be there's one difference in favour of Marketplace, and Marketplace now $925,000 in the bank. Probably join the Betters Delight Millionaire Factory in 2026. And stunning thing about that race, though, like at the end of 2,600, they chortled home in 53.7 at the end of 2,600. That's insane.
It is insane, isn't it? It's just absolutely ridiculous what they can run, these horses.
Yep. And those 2 horses probably anywhere in the world on that particular Friday night would have taken a very well above average horse to beat either of them last Friday night and in any part of the world.
And Cam, you said something on last week's On Loose Lines that sort of hit home to me, that the horses chasing aren't backing up. Like, they've been so brutal, these 2 horses, on a few of the others chasing. It's just been so hard on them.
Yeah, look, some of these, yeah, you're right. Like I said, I think the 2:17 they had run on the slot race, which was incredible the week before, certainly put a few to bed. So to do HRNZ question at the end of the day, I'd like to think so. It's nice to get a full field if you can. I would have thought 2 weeks between runs would have been spot on. for the end of the year for a horse like that. And look, now it's going to go to the panel to see who gets the 3-year-old of the year. It'll be very interesting when the voting kind of gets going there for next year when we see that. So 2 very, very good horses, and it's just a pleasure to watch, to be fair.
No, absolutely. Hughesy, I'm going to go with you. We might stick with the Bettor's Delight line, and we'll go with Basilica Bob. This was one of the Redcliffe yearling sales. This was a 3-year-old division. This horse now, he's building up a beautiful record, 22 starts, 8 wins, 3 and 3. Took a little while to come to hand, but geez, a lovely horse, this horse. Real progressive horse, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a nice 2-year-old. Probably looks like one of those ones that took a little bit of organising, but just Saturday night in the Redcliffe yearling sale feature, just too good on the lure. Home in a very, very quick last half, won by 10 metres. And as you said, building a real good brand, mate. 80,000 in the locker now, 7 wins out of a Better Than Cheddar mare. So a lot of Bettor's Delight floating through that pedigree, probably a 3x2 to Bettor's Delight. But beautiful gaited horse. I encourage people to go back and do the post-mortem on the replay. And then there's a couple of shots of the horse in slow motion hitting the finishing line by himself there. And his gait is outstanding. Reminded me very, very much of his father. The way he paces, straight as a gun barrel, and a great little yearling sales result for Lather Up. And he had another good week last week with a couple of nice winners as well.
Yeah, and Calexico, I've got the wrong ticket down the bottom, which I will have fixed up. But I was just thinking about Calexico. We highlighted him last week, Hughesy, you and I did, and he's running the Vicbred race 1, which was a ripping race at Melton the other day. He was huge. He only just got swallowed up the last 50 again on that occasion.
Yeah. Look, he's been done a lot of work in a lot of these big races, and he was super again on Saturday night. Encourage anybody down the road to go and look at Debbie Lincoln in the Oaks from last week. And Spirit of Atlanta broke its maiden status. So I think it rang Giora last Thursday, Cam. So another good lather up winner. And he's just continued on in North America as well. Back end of the season in Northfield Park, his hometown where he hometown state of Ohio, racked up some nice winners there in the last week as well.
Absolutely. Hughes, I'm going to stick with you. We're going to go with Queen Tide, and I encourage any NFL lovers to listen to the end of this call. But let's stick with this filly for a start, Hughesy. Out of the Bettor's Delight mare in Pretentious Lombo. This is a beautiful filly. This filly, she's going somewhere. 3 from 3, bred by the Vags, and looks to have a real future.
Yeah, look, took her undefeated record as a 2-year-old to 3 starts, 3 wins, and just on the lure here in this $125,000 sales series race from Nutrien at Albion Park last Friday night. Cruised home to victory. 3 out of 3, as I said, 80 or 90,000 in the locker. Looks like a serious Oaks filly down the road, and another gun barrel straight filly as well. Out of a Bettor's Delight mare, so Seaside out of Bettor's Delight. We sort of predicted this would be a cross of the future, and it's coming home to roost. Significantly, 38 2-year-old winners for Down by the Seaside in Australia now. Multiple Group 1 winner in New Zealand Cup week. So, the Seaside show rolls on. Left the Gold Nugget winner as well in Perth Friday before last. So, Down by the Seaside, doing it with his 2-year-olds, his 3-year-olds, his 4-year-olds, and his 5-year-olds. He is a rock star.
Yep, absolutely. And as I said, if you like your NFL football, Alabama and Roll Tide, and I was going to call him
Crimson Tide, mate. Crimson Tide. Yep, Alabama football. Yep.
Who's their race caller? What's his name? I've left his name all of a sudden. I feel very, very...
Barsby.
Chris Barsby. Sorry, Chris. He clearly loves it, that's for sure. The breeding on that filly, Hughesy, too, she's bred to go somewhere because Pretentious Lombo is a half to Lombo pocket watch. So there's some serious bloodlines in this horse's family. It's going to go somewhere, you'd imagine.
Yeah. Look, a lot of depth to the maternal pedigree here. Bettor's Delight mare, as you say, family of Lombo pocket watch. He was a rock star himself and made a lot of money and was a great 2 and 3-year-old. And at one stage, I think he won. What did he win? 15 in a row or something like that. Might even be more. So close to San Simeon, I think, wasn't it?
It was getting close. I could look it up while we're talking, but I better not. That's unprofessional. But I will look it up maybe later on and highlight it. But it was good. Unprofessional. Look at me go. Got the wrong ticket on down the bottom. Cameron, we are going back to you. And as Hughesy said there before, go and listen to him. I put all these videos up at the end of it. Please, you've got to watch this video in its entirety and listen to it because it's a hell of a call. It's a hell of a race. There's so much going on as we alluded to. We're just going to come in here, Cam, as they've gone past the winning post, and she is stone motherless last on the back of the lather up filly Hughes you mentioned just there before. So we want to highlight her run as well. But this run by Arafura Cam is phenomenal.
Yeah, you probably in races like this, over 2.6 with them going a reasonable time. We probably don't see horses coming from the back like that. Actually, no, you don't see them coming from the back.
No.
You'd be turning for home. You'd be thinking, "Oh, this is just an absolute shambles." Considering, look, she always looked like an Oaks filly, and she went and got the job done in the Northern Oaks earlier in the year, and obviously with the New Zealand Oaks being probably the main goal at the end of the year, and she's just so tough. Probably raced a little bit outside her normal pattern. Like she's a horse that probably lacks a little gate speed, can mosey on around sit parked and just do the donkey work, and it doesn't seem to worry her. She switches off and she just outstays them. But showing the speed she showed the other day over 2,600 metres, getting a kind of run like that in a race like that, especially when you've got Captain's Mistress, who's no horse to be sneezed off in front. Look, it was pretty awesome. And look, for the Woodlands Stud team, it's pretty exciting for us too. Like, look, we bred her. Unfortunately, we lost her mother this year, which was a shame. So the stud was pretty gutted. But look, we've got a full sister that we're retaining, and we also bred the second horse. So look, it was a great day to kind of breed the Quinella and the New Zealand Oaks for the stud, and obviously the King leaving one that ran third. So just the brand flying, all the different stallions, and we just couldn't be prouder of how they're going. And especially, I say, Sweet Lou Quinella in this part of the world, they probably don't quite give Sweet Lou the respect that the Australians do, but it's coming. So it was a massive run.
It was indeed. I want to highlight this part here, Hughesy, before I get your thoughts on the race. This is the last 50 metres, but I don't slow down. I just blow up Zach's reaction within the Woodlands colours. I think Zach thought he was home, I think. And I don't think he could believe that a horse gets over the top of him. If you watch here, he's just like, damn it. I think he might have said a different word to damn it, but it clearly meant a little bit to him, I reckon.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a peach of a drive by Zach on the second filly. And to see her arrive out wide, as you said, you could see him cursing under his breath. And, like, great result for the team, as we said. Quinella to Sweet Lou, trifecta with Better's daughter in third. The run of Debbie Lincoln in fifth was something to behold, given she sat 3 wide the previous week in the 3-year-old sires final for the filly. So she's got a future as well. And I think,
just before you get off her, Hughesy, that's her last wide. There's a couple of horses behind her, but she is spotting them a huge gap. Arafura gets home like a steam train. This filly taking ground off Arafura. Like, once she got out there, she's green and got lost. That's just phenomenal. She just gets there into fifth over the Dunn runner. But it is a phenomenal run, isn't it?
Yeah, no, super run to come from, last literally in the Oaks at the end of 2,600 was quite a phenomenal run by her. So another one we bred and raised, and another one, these lather ups are just going really good, but hats off to Lou. Quinella there, leading all-age sire in Australia now, pretty much cemented there, something like 500, 600,000 in front of Better's Delight, 700,000 in front of Art Major. There'll be a new king in town in Australia at the end of December. As a champion sire, it'll be Sweet Lou. Be the 15th consecutive year that a New Zealand-based sire has won the Australian breeding title. So great result for Lou. For those of us who loved him from the get-go, it's just a great result. And he had his 650th individual winner down under at Ballarat last Thursday night when Scootaloo arrived for Aaron Dunn. And Aaron's been on him since the get-go, so fitting reward for him.
Poor old Dunny, 40 love Rafa. One stride, he was huge. He was phenomenal. The other horse, it was terrific. It was an awesome drive. It's confidential, but was for the fence. Poor old Dunny, he was buying hot dogs and meat pies, and he was shelling them out to the other drivers. He had that much time. He was so wide. He was ridiculous, wasn't it, Husey?
He was. Yeah, it was huge. 40 love, coastal drive as well. 40 love's been, mate, he won a South Australian derby. He's been to every dogfight, mate, this season as a 3-year-old. He's done a great job. Got to remember, I think he was in 2-year-old. He was at the Proto Star in Brisbane the previous year. Yep. So something about these seasides, mate. They're built to last. They're tough, mate. They are tough as teak. So, and Aaron's a big supporter. He's on Seaside and Lou again this year.
Yep, absolutely. Gentlemen, thank you. If we want to get into touch, Cameron, yep, there's that one there. Best way to get you is on this phone number down the bottom. It is +64 22 096 1897, or just simply Cameron@woodlandstud.co.nz. And don't forget, you've got the opportunity to still go to American Ideal in New Zealand, and the leading sire will be a New Zealand-based sire. Sweet Lou doesn't have a fully book, unfortunately, like we do here in Australia. So you can go to him and any of the boys, get in touch with the team, call Anne-Marie at the office. We don't give her enough shout-outs, Anne-Marie. We should look after her, and go from there. And be able to get in touch with them. That's the best way, isn't it, Cam?
Yep, very much so. Like I said, someone will be answering the phone. Like I said, if it's not me, someone at the office, the accountant, or Mark, just whoever, Stacey. Yep, we've got a big team there. Mate,
we've got to mention his name, Stevie. We can't just give him the accountant's role. They made a movie after the accountant. He was a bad guy. This bloke's just a gentleman.
He's pretty chipper after the other night, no doubt. Just another win with the mare that no one else wanted to buy at the sales. And look, he's had a lot of fun with it. And he's probably heading towards the Queen of Hearts. So good luck to him. Hope he wins it.
Good luck indeed. And Hughesy, with the Australians, of course, Sweet Lou is fully booked. You can go to Better's Delight for 27.5, down by the Seaside for 8.8. Lather Up, we've just highlighted, and we'll continue to do. He'll get winners again this week at 4, 4, and 1, 1 for Speeding Spur. Mark's numbers down the bottom: 04 516 507 07, +61 in front of that. If anyone wants to call him from overseas, or mark@woodlandstud.co.nz, or just go to woodlandstud.co.nz. It's the easiest way to do it, and talk to all the hierarchy, I would imagine, boys.
Yeah, just head straight to the website. All the details are there. So all good. Just a quick one. Group 1 double to What the Hill on Saturday night. We're proud that we stood in, but we know time marches on. So he won 2 of the Group 1s at Melton on Saturday night with a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old, Hilltop Hugh and Kiang Basilenko. So well done to Benny. And his last 18 months has been quite phenomenal in both countries. I think he had a Group 3 at Addington on Friday night from memory, Cam, or a Group 2.
Yeah, another one. It's another one to the resume.
He had one
his legacy, he's carrying on, which is good.
Yep. If anyone fancies a bet, I think you got to say bet responsibly. I don't care. Follow Hilltop Hugh and Chris Lang, the way he spoke about that horse. He's got a huge opinion of him, so keep a good eye on that horse there. Very progressive horse. Boys, as always, it's been a pleasure to watch. I reckon it's a good name. I should use that one more often. But the pleasure to watch was Matty Cross's Catch Cry with those 2 horses just past the post. He basically thanked them for racing, and I think that's exactly what it should be for both those horses afterwards. But, go to HRNZ if you like to watch the full replays, or you'll be able to watch the end of the replays as soon as this interview finishes. But thanks very much, guys.
All good, Cobber. And just remember, 32 yearlings being sold February the 16th, 2026 at Karaka out of our crew, mate. But we'll talk about that going forward, I'm sure.
Go to nzbstandardbred.co.nz. It is online and live now. And I forgot. Well done, Hughesy. You're very good at that, mate. But we'll do a deep dive a bit later on about that. We've got plenty of time for those. It's still breeding season. We want people to continue to breed and be positive. Yep. Thanks, boys.
Thanks, Cobber.
Marketplace a neck in front. Got the Chocolates on the outside. Starts to go through his gears, and he's now up to eyeball the leader. In the trail, Better's Anvil, and then Always Dreaming from Grease Lightning from Rack 'em Up. Always Be Batman and Cobra Charge. 30.2, 59.9 was the half. They come off the back, and it's Marketplace and Got the Chocolates. They rub shoulders off the back of the track. In the trail, Better's Anvil driven up. Always Dreaming. They broke away by 2 lengths on Grease Lightning, and Rack 'em Up's had enough. Marketplace Got the Chocolates. They've traded blows all year. One last battle at the top of the straight. 28-3 the third quarter. Marketplace and Got the Chocolates. They're clear from Better's Anvil. Marketplace is a neck in front. Got the Chocolates. Marketplace is lifting from Got the Chocolates at the 100. Marketplace, he's holding Got the Chocolates. Marketplace, your Derby champion. Marketplace beats Got the Chocolates. We salute the pair of them. What a season it's been.
Pocket spot, Gleneagle to Ruler, Cedar Creek Bull still there trying hard, then Flyborough, Zach Daniels, Jive Master, Cheeky Baby, Wee Bonnie, third quarter, 28.8. He lifted the lines on Basilisk Bob and he raced away at the top of the straight. He found 7 metres, trying hard, Pink Champagne, Gleneagle Ruler gets out. Can he pick up Basilisk Bob? He's got a good lead, Basilisk Bob, margin still 7 metres, Gleneagle Ruler runs to second, then Pink Champagne, favourite scores easily, Basilisk Bob, Gleneagle Ruler, Pink Champagne. Champagne 31. Now they're starting to roll. Roll Tide out in front. It's Queen Tide. Queen Tide now being joined on the outside by Girl Power. And they hook up this pair. They're stride for stride. Lacey's last third. Malarkey just dropping the bit on the inside. She's fourth, being chased up. Then Summer Punch. And back of the tail is Stay Dancing. Third quarter, 27.5. Leading the way, Queen Tide. Queen Tide by a long neck. Girl Power being called on. She's still there on the outside. Lacey's last peeling deeper. Then Malarkey, Stay Dancing, Summer Punch. They're into the home straight. Can the favourite finish them off? It's Queen Tide. Queen Tide is clear. The margin is 6 metres. Girl Power second. Then Malarkey. Queen Tide. Rivals are seeing red. Is it crimson? It's a winning victory for Queen Tide. Queen Tide beating home.
Chicago Sky on the train. Forever Dream on the train. They get past Debbie Lincoln and Sweet Maggie May, and Arafura is at the tail end of the field. 31.3 was the opening quarter, and Captain's Mistress is the leader. Around the outside, the Neverly Are final winner. Celestial Sea goes to second. 3 wide, Wine Light beside me in the trail. Now fifth in the middle, Princess Gracie. Chicago Sky 3 wide and 1 back from General Jen. Shuffled back in the middle, Duchess of Kent. Wide with plenty of cover, Forever Dream. Then Always Be Magic. In the centre of horses, Just You Wait. Arafura's on the train, but she's got 3 horses in front of her. And the last 2, Sweet Maggie May and Debbie Lincoln. Second quarter, 29.5, 60 and 8 the half. They have 600 to run in the New Zealand Oaks. Captain's Mistress led by a neck, Celestial Sea. 3 wide, Wine Light getting on one rein. She's losing ground. Beside me awaits the inside run, Princess Gracie, the centre. So Chicago Sky had to come up 4 wide. Then General Jen feeling the pinch. Duchess of Kent and Arafura's got work to do. Round the corner in 29.4, the leader, Captain's Mistress, a length and a half to Celestial Sea. Then beside me, Princess Gracie, Chicago Sky. But away goes Captain's Mistress, 2.5 clear. Running on Chicago Sky, wide out, still a chance. Arafura's coming as well as Princess Gracie. 4-way go, getting through Princess Gracie. Arafura's flying. Arafura got up, that's an enormous win. Arafura from last wins the New Zealand Oaks from Princess Gracie. Third, maybe Chicago Sky from Captain's Mistress, then Debbie Lincoln, Celestial Sea. A break off to Always Be Magic, and then Sweet Maggie May beside me. General Jen, Wine Light, Forever Dream, Duchess of Kent, and Just You Wait. She was 3 wide with the job ahead of her. She's had to come 5, 6 wide on the corner. And Arafura and Mark Purdon for Hayden and Amanda Cullen comes over the top and wins the 10 and 10 Engineering New Zealand Pacing Oaks from 13 Princess Gracie.